Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another venture of our time in the visual novel If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary. In the last episode, Izuka is actually having remorse for what she said to Amane. And this is what we talked about in the last couple of episodes. When we allow our emotions to boil over, this is what ends up happening sometimes. And ultimately, I'd say Izuka was experiencing this most likely for the first time. The combination of the influence she has for Kotori, and then, of course, some of the other things where she had some kind of guilt, it appears, with Amane, where for somehow she feels like she ran away or something like that, and she seemed to be having significant amount of remorse for it. To which Tatsuya went after her and spent some time with her as a means to reason with her. To which he himself also had some remorse and did not want to make the same mistake. So there was something between the two of them in that regard. And within all of that, they managed to share a moment with each other, which of course, many of us who are romantic fanatics got quite a kick out of. So there you go. And with that, she was wondering, Izuka, what she would do or what she should do in that moment thereof and what to do next. So, in that, which I left you all on a very angering, possibly, cliffhanger, let's get to that before you guys come at me with bonking sticks and everything, okay? So let's cue it up. Let's go. Let's get to that spot right there. And at that moment, beyond Tatsuya's pretty face, something shined. I'll bet you it's the glider.
Kotori?
A bird. It's a bird! It's a plane! No! Well, it could be somewhat of a plane. Okay, let's go. It was the glider. The white wings of the glider reflected the sunlight like it was trying to let us know that it was there.
Kotori-chanが飛んでるんだ。
The thought jump started Izuka's frozen brain. Her lips were overwhelmed with a gentle taste. Izuka could see the plane's white shadow. Her mind started to spin as her brain cells were burning up from all of the emotions attacking her at once.
Oh.
Good heavens, folks, what happened? Izuka leaped back away from Tatsuya when she realized what they were doing.
Izuka.
You just now noticed after all that? Seriously, you just now noticed that? Anyways.
Izuka, どうし
What?
え、おい
What just happened? And she ran away from that spot. Wait a minute. I'm not used to that. I'm used to. Never mind. Let's go. Let's go. Flight practice was over before sundown, and they were packing up. Pretty sure this is our way, but we'll see.
どうですか、小鳥選手。初めてのフライトの感想は？幸せすぎて気が遠くなりそうだった。空の上にいるとね、私は自由なのよ。そう、私は小鳥。あの大空こそが我が故郷。しばらくこの状態が続きそうね。
Yeah, it's gonna take a while for that adrenaline to run down.
でも、ああなっちゃっても当然だよ。小鳥先輩はずっと空に憧れてたんだよ。私、先輩が飛んでるの見て感動してちょっとうるっときちゃったもん。ほんと素直ね、姉さんは。 でも感情移入してられるのも多分今のうちだけよ。帰ったらきっと延々と自慢話聞かされるんだから。
Probably not.
それはちょっと嫌だな。
Probably not. Kotori's first flight had ended safely. She had gone through the simulator so many times that the basic operations had been a breeze. Hey, that's how you do it. You keep practicing until you develop that muscle memory. That's how you do it. Her sense of balance may have even been better than mine during the flight. I guess that was why she was saying that she belonged in the sky.
お腹空いたし帰りますか。
Where's Amane?
あまねちゃんならあっちの部屋にいたわよ。なんか真剣な顔してパソコンの画面にらんでたわ。
Amane? Amane was silently sitting in front of the computer. Are you working? I slowly approached her and looked at the computer. There was a picture of Izuka on the screen. Amane was using an image editing program to draw on her face. What are you doing?
これか。落書きだ。
I could tell. Amane was drawing nose hairs and swirlies on Izuka's face. The question was, why? Because she's still significantly impacted by Izuka's words, and she's trying to nullify them by doing things that she thinks will satisfy her. But doing stuff like this doesn't do that, folks. It makes the pain worse. This looks serious. Izuka hadn't shown up today. It made sense if they were fighting, but Amane had still thought that she would show up. She was in a completely sullen state. Although, she's really bad at drawing. Amane's artistic skills were equivalent to a child with some crayons. Hey, mine is too.
イスカのアホ。死んじゃえバカ。
Okay. Amane? No. Reel it back, Amane. Reel it back. She spewed out more abuse and drew a beard on Izuka's face. Everyone's leaving. What are you going to do?
私は仕事があるからここに残るぞ。イスカが暮らしてた寮になんてなるべく帰りたくない。
She was pretty moody. She wanted to avoid anything to do with Izuka. If that was the case, then why is she drawing anything, even if it's in a negative manner, about her? And this is another lesson, folks. If we claim we don't want anything to do with someone, then we should not do anything that reminds us or even has anything to do with them, even if it's in a negative manner like this. Because if we keep doing stuff like that, especially if it's in a negative manner like what we see back here, that individual who we don't want anything to do with clearly still has an influence on us. So we got to check that. All right? Wipe that from our memories. If we don't want anything to do with anyone, then we need to wipe it completely. Not even any negative space. Okay, then I'll bring you some dinner later. I'd say that was a good move by Aoi. When some folk are like that in that state, you got to kind of let that just play out. And when they wear themselves out and they hit rock bottom in a way to where they don't know what else to do, then they'll start listening. They'll listen to some other options. But for some people, you just got to let them wear themselves out. I kissed Amani on the forehead since her lips were busy pouting and returned home with everyone.
その時ね、ガツンと機体が下から持ち上げられたの。
She must be telling it to all the other residents.
私はすぐに察知したわ。あ、 これはサーマルに入ったわねって。あれは強力なサーマルだったわ。あのまま行けばきっと雲にまで手が届いたと思う。でもそうしなかったの、なぜだと思う？さあ。
Asa is just totally drained. Kotori, let Asa go to bed.
だって今日はデビューフライト。一日で全部味わっちゃったらもったいないでしょ。
It was 2 hours after dinner. Kotori was still talking about her experience as if she'd climbed Everest and lived to tell the tale.
そうですね。
Asa answered, half asleep. And next to her was Yoru, reading a thick Japanese dictionary.
ああ、国語辞典を端から読んでくの面白いな。
She probably meant it was fun compared to listening to Kotori. But I suppose they still cared about her, seeing as they had not gone back to their room yet. Oh, look at the time. Asa suddenly woke up and looked at me for help after I made the comment about the time.
葵先輩、一人でどこ行く気ですか？
Oh dear. Well, I have to give Amane her night snack.
うるうる。
Oh my gosh. Look at that face. That is just the innocent look of, please help me! Okay. Asa's eyes were like a puppy left out in the rain, begging not to be left here. I could tell. It's hard for me to leave if you look at me like that. I left the dining room for a second to catch the duck walking around in the hallway. Hey, Hat, your partner has a story she wants to tell you.
わ。あ、ハット、いいところに来たわ。
Kotori quickly locked on to Hat when I put him on the table.
今日ね、私何したと思う？
Yo, why he look like, why you wasting my time?
わわ。そうよ、空を飛んだの。
Now's your chance, Asa.
小鳥先輩、ごめんなさい。あれ？姉さん？
Better rush your butt out there too. All taken care of.
私はどうすれば？
Get your rump out of there before Kotori starts to mouth off at you. I left Hattie to listen to everything Kotori wanted to talk about for the time being. I'd probably get another earful after giving Amane her nighttime snack. I understood the excitement of operating the glider by yourself for the first time. Okay, let's go. My cell phone rung as soon as I had boxed up Amane's food and left the dining room. Yeah?
葵、俺だ。
Tatsuya, what's up?
ちょっとだけ話したいんだ。いいか？
Sure, what's going on?
今、飛び魚層の前にいるから。
It sounds serious.
すまんな、こんな時間に。
The last time I had seen Tatsuya was that morning when we had left right before the flight training. We had called to see if he could retrieve the aircraft for us when we were leaving, but we hadn't been able to reach him. Sorry, I don't think I can make it. Later, I received a text from him. It seemed like he was caught up in something. There was nothing else we could do, so we had our advisor, Mr. Yamanobe, come by.
今日は悪かった。グライダーの回収行けなくて。
Don't worry about it. Did something happen? Tatsuya looked disheartened and worn out. Nothing like how he looked earlier.
ああ、 ちょっとな。
He hesitated right there. Tatsuya was the one that said he wanted to talk about something. I didn't know what I should ask him, so I just waited in silence. Then Tatsuya mumbled something as he looked down.
振られたかもしれん。
Rubbish, Tatsuya. She just experiencing all that stuff for the first time. She don't know how to deal with it. Alright? Just let it play out. Huh?
あれはカモじゃないな。ああ、完全に振られたよ。
Too early for that, buddy. Too early. Tatsuya feebly laughed at himself. Did you...
告白したんだ。いつかに。けど、ダメだった。
So that's why he couldn't make it. Now I got it.
俺がバカだったんだ。この前のダブルデートでいい雰囲気だったから、つい勘違いしちまって。
It did go well. I knew that for certain. Isuka also liked Tatsuya. But she still dumped him? Hey, could you tell me how you confessed to her?
ああ。
Tatsuya nodded and told me how he confessed to her. It seemed like Itsuka had been at the promenade, sorry if I didn't say that word correctly, by the lake and had seen the glider from there. Oh, I bet you that she probably got embarrassed upon seeing the glider, that she thought that maybe she and Tatsuya could be seen, so she got nervous. I could very well be wrong, but that's what I'm really thinking happened. And then Tatsuya had shown up. He had comforted Isuka about her fight between Amane and...
キスしたんだ。
Ah,
だから好きだと言ってキスをした。
just out of the blue?
ああ、いきなりだ。
That was a pretty bold way to confess. Why did you suddenly kiss her?
だってお前言ってたじゃないか。あまねに告白した時キスしたって。
You gotta have the right mood for this kind of stuff. You gotta have the right mood, buddy. And that probably wasn't the right mood.
それでうまくいったんだろ？
What? He just copied me?
お前の話を聞いて俺はこう思ってた。勇気があるなって。
What do these folks be thinking?
でも実際その状況になってみて理解したよ。その時が来れば衝動が勝手に体を動かすんだな。
Are you sure that wasn't just your emotions boiling over? Or your passions, I should say? Yeah. It kind of was like that for me too. I didn't originally think about kissing her. I just went for it before I could think. Then, what happened?
俺はいつかの唇の甘さを味わっていた。人生最良の瞬間だったかもしれん。
I know this is Tatsuya we're talking about, but I actually would rather not hear about this from another guy.
そしたらあいつ急に後ろへ飛びすさって俺から離れたんだ。
Leaped away?
ああ、格闘ゲームでレバーを後ろに2回入れたあんな感じだ。
Good way to describe it. What would that actually look like? Bruh, you ain't never played Tekken? Then...
何か叫びながら逃げていった。
ran.
走って逃げた。
Tatsuya sunk down even more. It must have been like going from the best moment in your life to the worst.
なあ、そんなに嫌だったのかな、俺にキスされるの。
And we'll see how Aoi answers that question and how this conversation continues on the next episode. Oh my gosh, is that a cliffhanger or what? I tell ya. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching this video this time around. If you like what you saw, maybe leave a like. And if you'd like to see more, and if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing. And until next time, happy mixing, everyone.